Or I could just run these preamps. I love these preamps. These are my favorite preamps on here too. So this is the preamp I was just playing through. These are the settings for that that I'm using. This is the preamp I was playing through right at the exact moment. So, I have quite a few different options that I use for live stuff. Just depends on what I'm doing. I even have like a full EBS rig, I guess, like emulation. So that would be the EBS rig. Tried to make a Choice Elliott rig, but I don't know if I like it a lot. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So yeah, I made that just in case I wanted to use it. I'm not really probably going to use it. All the ones I'm going to use are probably these are. This is the main bank I use right here with these four, and then also, have my backup stuff like right the bank right before stuff I might use. Then I have stuff I might want to use. Probably not. Then I have the least likely stuff I'm going to use, but potential. So, see, you gotta fix that, bro. I gotta be able to tap more than once per every 5 seconds, like before it shuts down. Like now it's gotta reconnect. Look at all this. Look at all. Come on, Zoom. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I got all y'all stuff. I love y'all stuff. Praise y'all all the time. The I gotta give y'all some stuff right here with this Bluetooth joint that cost me extra $40 that keep needing to be reconnected. Come on. We can't keep doing that. But I do love how, you got everything you need. If I wanted to do a loop right here, I could, I could set it up, however many quarter notes I wanted to be, you know. So I just wanted 2 bars. 2 bars is 8 quarter notes. You know what I'm saying? Bam, you can set everything up from here, go to your rhythm, set your BPM. And I would normally do this looping part on my pedal because I don't want to have to touch no iPad to get no party started. And then you just hit overdub. And then you just got you a loop there. It don't take but a few seconds. And surprisingly, that wasn't that bad using the iPad to do it. It wasn't as cumbersome as I thought it would be. But I still would prefer to do that with my feet because it would be just a smoother transition. I wouldn't have to leave it. I had to leave it open to make it that smooth. But then you got access to everything from here. All your other loops, stuff. I wish they let you name the loops. That would be nice. Shit clear. And bam. So yeah, that's pretty much my live setup now. That's why I don't have a looper on my pedal board anymore because I use the Zoom B6 as my main looper, and I have an SD card in it. Only thing I don't like is, like I said, if I want to go to loops, I gotta memorize the number of these loops. Like I don't know what none of these loops are. Like if they could do an update where I could name these or something, that would be very useful. If they can do an update where somehow I could maybe do like they have on the memory mode. What is it? What is it? Yeah. If they could do something like they do on the memory mode and then allow me to have like 4 loops queued up, that would be dope. That would be dope too. Like have like 4 loops. I could just, I could create a loop here, have one loop here, another loop there, another loop there, another loop there. That would help me out and be able to organize them in the banks the same way we do the presets. That would be killing. Along with being able to name them like we do the presets, that would be great. You know, that way I can at least know somewhat what I'm doing with them. I know. On the Digitech one, I had to write down the numbers on my set list. I would write down the number of the loop next to it. So I mean, I guess I could do that with the B6 too. I'm just getting spoiled because they getting so good at it. But if they wanted to add that little feature, they could send me some bread for that idea, and they could have it. They ain't gonna send me nothing. They're just gonna take that jank. But it's cool though. As long as y'all send me some gear at some point, I'll be all right. Zoom, y'all definitely need to holler at me. I've sold quite a bit of things for y'all. So, but yeah. So other than that stuff, I have like I told you guys, my pedalboard broken down into 3 different effects loop. First effects loop is OC5, Poly Blue, MS60R. I mean MS60R. That's the MS60B. I'm sorry. Um, Second loop is the baseballs and MXR bass envelope filter. And the third loop is the Key 9 and the MS50G. And what's everything is always running through all of my preamps, which all have true bypass, as well as my Spectra comp, which has like a extra little buffer system that actually gives my helps my signal over long periods. Same thing with the B6 from straight from the Spectra comp. I go straight into the B6. So yeah, that's my whole live setup, guys. I hope that helps you in some way. Um, you just want to be thoughtful in the size and what you need at the moment. And then when I'm doing more solo shows, my pedal board is much bigger than this because I need more sounds. But if I'm doing like just my regular bass shows with or playing with different artists, or like I'm going to do this theater run in October for Macbeth, this is going to be my setup. It's nice and easy for me to maneuver. The sound techs are going to love it because it's already put together. They ain't really don't have to do nothing but keep it flat. Maybe EQ it a little bit for the house, but they ain't going to have to, work themselves hard to make me sound good. I've already done a lot of that work before. So hopefully, you guys kind of understanding how you're seeing some of my settings with my preamps there. Um, but I actually set up my preamps pretty similar. All of them are pretty set up pretty similar. But they all just have different sounds. So and even if I set them up similarly, they're not going to sound the same. The Eden doesn't sound like Aguilar, and none of them sound like Ampeg. They all sound totally different. So definitely check them all out. Hopefully these videos help you decide what you would like to do with your setup, or how you would like to set up your pedal board, or your Zoom B6 for your live stuff. But if you got a Zoom B6, go ahead. If you got an iPad, go ahead and get that extra Bluetooth. It's definitely, I didn't think it would be worth it, but I ended up using it a lot. And like as I've got, I thought, okay, I can just do everything on a unit. And a lot of stuff like turning knobs, I do prefer to do on a unit versus doing on an iPad. I be missing my exact. If I'm going for -13, it might give me a hard time to get to exactly -13 with the iPad, but with the knobs, it's exactly on. So stuff like that, yes. And I prefer to keep the pedal, the Zoom B6 on the floor, so I can do my live stuff, my looping stuff. It's harder to switch patches, while I'm playing, if I gotta always move my hands from my bass. If I keep that on the floor and have an iPad on the stand, I now have access to change stuff in between songs with my hands and do a little bit more if I need to. But I can just keep it simple during songs and switch stuff with my feet. And when it's set up in this mode where it's switching between patches on the Zoom B6, these pedals down bottom here allow you to, each one of those becomes a patch. So, that helps as well. So now I'm just switching between patches by clicking each pedal. I'm turning on different effects. So it affect patches, versus individual effects. So keep all that stuff in mind when you're setting up your live stuff. Try to match volumes. Try to know that what would be too much on the volumes for audio engineer to deal with, or the sound engineer. You don't want to make their job any harder, just like they shouldn't make your job any harder. So you want to go in there sounding good, have some decent strings on there, have your bass sounding decent. I got to do some work to mine, as you guys can hear. I had some little technical difficulties, stuff I got to work out before I go in there, so I don't be having them like, oh, I'm getting a little fuzz, or I'm getting a little, whatever, distortion, whatever. You want a nice clean signal. So one of the things I'm going to do is probably switch out this cable. I build on my own cables and stuff anyway, so I might just repair this one and put it back together and go from there and see if that helps solve the issue. If that doesn't solve the issue, then I'll go digging up in my bass a little bit. But if you don't have the technical expertise, definitely look up somebody that can do that. But even my frets, I'm gonna have somebody do my frets before I do that, because I am getting some buzz. See, it's not there. It's not there, and it's not there when I. So I gotta get that, my frets redone. Not redone, but have them resurfaced and all that, or whatever they're gonna do, polish them. But yeah, all these different things play a role in how you operate on stage, and they can make your life easier. Yes, it's a little pricey to get in the game, but once you got it set up, you was gonna buy this stuff anyway. Stop playing. You was gonna buy effects pedals anyway. You love them. I love them. I was gonna buy them anyway. It's just I had to find a way to incorporate them into my live stuff easily. Even on the MS60B, I'm not fiddling with no individual effects on there, even though I use presets, and they're in alphabetical order, and their name, is big enough where I can see them on stage. Just like, okay, I need a synth setting, bam, kick on. I have my keep my OC5 on a particular setting, and I keep my poly blue on a particular setting most of the time. Can I change them? Yes. But during the show, am I feeling with this stuff? No. No. I'm trying to play. I'm trying to be in the moment, make sure I'm not missing nothing. Because guess what? Your job is to be accurate as a musician as much as possible. So, having things set up in this manner is a little more efficient. If this is too much for you to manage, just get a B6 and an iPad, or run. If you got an iPhone, it'll run on your iPhone as well. You don't have to get an iPad. But I like the iPad for the size of the screen. I can do different things, as well as if I need my sheet music, I can read it, smack off of my iPad. on iRealB, or what's the other program? Let me see. I mostly just run iRealB on here. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, that definitely it makes a huge difference. And you see how it has to connect this. Zoom, fix this, bro. Like nothing should take this long to connect Bluetooth. Come on, nothing else these days takes this long. Y'all gotta update that, you know. But I definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, guys. This has been another All Bass Creations Effects tutorials, demos, and review. Check out my music, allbasscreations.bandcamp and .com, and find me on all social media at the Bass Niggas. And guys, I just can't appreciate. I can't say how much I appreciate you guys' support lately. You guys really been coming through, and really helping me increase my numbers and get me to where I'm trying to some of my goals. So I definitely appreciate you guys. As long as you guys keep watching, I'm gonna keep filming and I'm gonna keep giving you this bass knowledge. And I'm the Bass Niggas, and I'll catch you the next time. Peace.